What's going on, everybody, boys and girls, ladies and gentlemen? Welcome back. Glad you made it. It's another social production. We're doing it Monday, September the 19th, 2022. Out here on the streets of Toronto with the beautiful people of the city, kicking it. Hope you're all doing well. If you're just joining me today, buckle up, buckle down. If you're a long-time viewer and listener of the show, thank you very much for all the love and support. Follow me on Instagram, subscribe on YouTube, check out Patreon, talk about it. Let's get into it. Hope you all had a great weekend wherever you are. Hope you're all safe and sound. Hope you're all busy attending to your business, doing whatever it is that you need to be doing out there. Let me get a sip of this bad boy before we get right into it. Good old coffee. Nothing beats the old coffee. Gotta stay caffeinated, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls. Oh, what a magnificent weekend. What a great day to be alive. We're gonna be hanging out with the beautiful people of Toronto, see if anybody is willing to perhaps share a couple of their stories with us. And like, what kind of stories? What kind of sharing? First of all, anything and everything goes. Whoever's able and capable of sharing, we're willing to receive it and reciprocate by giving back through listening and learning and growing from each other's experiences. Like pieces of a puzzle, you might say. Riddle my fiddle, baby boys, baby girls, let's go. Let's break it down. Let's ease into it and I'll tell you what happened over the weekend. On Friday evening, your boy wrapped up a busy week of work. Felt great about myself, as great as one should, you know what I mean? You don't want to tap yourself too much on the back, or rather pat yourself on the back. If you tap yourself on the back, hey, you can't tap yourself on your back too if you like, but wasn't supposed to be doing that anyway. I was just on the balcony. What I'm trying to say is that I was trying to enjoy the moment for a second. It was late at night, past midnight. Man, there's some Disney music going on in the background today. I don't know what it is, but I don't know if it's getting recorded. Anywho, out on the balcony in the AM, late in the evening, enjoying my last cigarette and my last hit of the old J. Thinking I'm gonna just ease into the weekend, relax a little bit so I can decompress and come back and do the good work again when need be. Out on the balcony, I'm lighting my cigarette, I'm lighting my J, and all I hear is a screaming sound, somebody yelling at the top of their lung. One of my neighbors over the weekend was having what I could only, I don't know, I'd say sound like a psychotic episode if I'm being quite honest with you. And you know, you live in the city, you got the regular hustle and bustle, everybody, you know, walls are paper thin, you can pretty much hear everybody farting, sneezing, laughing, crying, all that good. So you don't really got to put in too much effort so that others hear you. But this fella was just not having it, losing his mind, yelling, cussing, screaming at I don't know what. And it went on for a good while. I wouldn't regularly label this as a psychotic episode if it was just like, you know, you bump your knee, you hit your toe on the coffee table or something, you're cussing, you're yelling, you're like, oh, not my toe, not my kneecap. But no, this went on for hours, and it would be on and off sporadically. It would be on for 5 to 10 minutes of cussing and screaming, and then you're like, okay, well, that's the end of that. And as soon as you were about to let your guards down, my man would pick it up again and start yelling and screaming. And I don't know who he was fighting with. I couldn't hear anybody else, to be honest with you. It seemed like he's fighting himself, really. And hey, man, the battle is within all of us. That's the best kind of fighting. If you're gonna be fighting, fight yourself, man. Fight the demons inside. Challenge yourself, or stay challenged. But again, I wouldn't label this a psychotic episode if it was just like a one night thing. Let's say you're having a bad night, whatever, you lost a job, I don't know, something happened, something major happened, you're frustrated, nobody's out there to help you, you're letting off some steam, neighbor to neighbor, I gets it, I respects it, you know, to a certain degree. This went on into the AM, deep into the AM. I'm talking it kept on going into 1, 2, stop probably because they had to catch some Z's, picked up again at 6 a.m. Kept on through the whole day, just sporadic yelling and screaming and cussing. And I'm like, all right, this is not going well. Somebody is probably having some domestic issues. Somebody is having some domestic issues with themselves or the TV or the computer or something's going on. But I'm like, it should normally stop after, you know, 24 hours of your vocal exercises. You should be able to rest that bad boy. No, but it went on Friday evening all the way into Saturday, carried out into Saturday evening, again Saturday in the AM, all the way into Sunday, and it kept on going even till last night. It did taper off last night. I forget when. It's become a part of my life now. I can't stop hearing his voice. So I don't know what that was. So your boy didn't have the best sleep. I don't think any of the neighbors did, to be honest with you, because at one point I was standing in my kitchen and I had the window open just to hear what's going on. I can hear other people talking about it. It's been going on for days now. When's he gonna stop? I hear people talking. And you've got people talking, sir, whoever you are, yelling and screaming in the middle of the night, in the morning, in the AM and PM, putting in double shifts, putting in the good work. Man, oh man, this guy. Love you, fella, don't know you, but like, holy smokes. There are other people living in this beautiful, the residential building, you know? Youngins, old bloods, mixed bloods, half bloods, pure bloods, a mixture of bloods, and also Crips too. I'm talking, you know, we got some people fighting the old disability. We got all sorts of people is what I'm trying to tell you, and you're just disturbing the peace, man. Good God. And of course, I'm not the type that's gonna be calling the police. I'm not that fella, but did it get annoying? Hell yeah. Did other people call the police? I don't even know, dude. It didn't stop for 3 days. Today, I might be going back and it might still be going on. So I don't know. At one point, I'm assuming somebody's gonna get fed up and either call the super, who might, you know, go and maybe have a knock on the door and be like, hey, could you keep it down? Or, you know, if that doesn't work, maybe someone will have to call the popo. And what a shame, because that's, you know, that's all our money is going into, you know, got to get a whole neighborhood to come and tell you keep it down. And the AMs, Jesus. People are trying to catch some Z's, man. I'm sorry, I had to get that off my chest. I couldn't sleep. I don't think anybody did. Yelling, like screaming at the top of his lungs. God. But anyway, I want to leave that behind us. It's a new week. We're getting into it. That was a little bit of, you know, the sitch that was just harshing my mellow, dude. Not having any of that. Or, you know, it's a skill, dude. If you got them lungs, put it to use, dude. You know, you could be at a one of them auctions yelling numbers and selling stuff. You got to be talking faster and probably downplay the cussing, I'll tell you that. But got a pair of lungs on him, that kid, that man kid. Sounded like a man child. But again, I'm not, you know, defending anything. I'm not advocating anything. If you need the help, get help. Help yourself, please help yourself, so that in helping yourself, you're helping everybody else as well. And you're not alone. Whatever it is that you're going through, you're not alone there. But I gotta say, it did sound a little bit aggro, to be honest. But that's just me and a whole bunch of other neighbors hearing it from afar. What do we know? Just a bunch of concerned citizens and neighborinos. But enough of that. I'm over it. Hopefully you're over it too. The rest of the weekend was superb. Excellent weekend. I had a date. Oh man, and today's topic is gonna be all about, it's gonna be, I guess the underlying notion of today's video is gonna be dating, things that are related to dating, putting the mac on them O's, get yourself a lady, you know, asking the age-old question, what do bitches want? Answering those tough questions. What do bitches want? There have been movies made about this topic, but apparently I think it's an ongoing process that evolves with every generation. More or less, certain concepts remain the same at the core, at the root of it all. But what do bitches want? There's definitely, you know, it does change every 10, 20, 15 years, depending on the climate, depending on where everybody's at. But we're gonna find out. I'm gonna go through everything that I did, right or wrong. And there are no right or wrong answers in this life. So we're gonna go over it. Some of the basics of the do's and don'ts, what works, what doesn't work. Perhaps you're single like your boy out there, you're trying to, you know, do a little something. ladies out there, maybe you're single, maybe you're trying to do a little some, maybe, and there's so many, that's the thing that we're gonna learn. I think I'm learning there's different variations of this game of love. Ooh, this game of love, baby. So what the bitches want, what them hoes want, what can you offer to make yourself a suitable partner? Again, assess the situation. Everything's based on assessing situations and moving ahead accordingly. You know what I mean? But I did have a date. I'll start with that story and we'll get right into it. And again, throughout the video, hopefully, maybe we'll get a chance to speak with some people. If not, it'll just be yours truly and your beautiful selves, you gorgeous bastards out there. I see you wiggling your toes. Do it, baby. I did have a lovely time, I should say this. Preface with saying I had a lovely day on Saturday. Had a date with a female, a bona fide, legit female, human female, which was nice, delightful. Went out, you know, we met up, grabbed a coffee, went for a stroll. We ended up spending roughly, I want to say 3.5, 4 hours together. 3.5, 4 hours of pure mackin', you feel me? Just smoothness throughout the entire date. And we'll get into it. How smooth was it? Well, I'm so glad you asked. Man, the best of impressions were left. I thought that was the case, but we'll get into it. And we went out, lovely lady. I'm cracking jokes. She's laughing, she's sharing stories, I'm laughing. There's moments of connection. There's moments of, you know, you're just being vulnerable with yourself and hoping the other person is as well, and they were. And just putting everything in as much as you can, you know, trying to be as organic as you can. Obviously, you don't want to push anything, you don't want to force anything. Always go with the flow of things. You got to read the room and read each other's vibes. So we're talking, we're walking, we grab a coffee, maybe somewhere around, I want to say, close to halfway through the date. We're warming up to each other, and I felt like it's appropriate if I asked this young lady, beautiful lady, if it'd be cool for us to hold hands while we're strolling down them streets. Because it felt right. In my heart, it felt right. She smiled, she said, that's so sweet. We did it, we held hands, and now I'm thinking, oh, things are going super bueno for your boy. We're holding hands, coffee in the other hand, walking, and your boy had the right amount of clamminess in his hands, dudes. You want to be a little bit clammy. I put the clam game in a chokehold, baby. That's what I did. Hands clammy, letting her know that she too is in fact dealing with a real human being. You don't want to go full clammy hands. You don't want to go too clammy, because that's just gross. But you don't want to be out there just dry handing it either. You know what I'm saying? You don't want to be just hanging on somebody's hand and feeling dry, because that in my book is an indication where you should be starting to ask questions. Am I holding a real person's hand? Is this a robot, aka Sophia, aka Amica? We might even get into those bad gals, but am I holding a robot is essentially what you want to be clarifying. And I noticed she's got the little bit of the clammy hands herself. So now we're climbing it up. We're sipping on coffee, giggling, walking on a sunny, beautiful day on the streets of Toronto, sharing stories, opening up, having a blast. So much fun. In fact, I didn't even notice 3.5, 4 hours had gone by. And eventually the date ended up by me walking her back to her bike, and we hugged it out, smiles as far as the eye could see, tight hug goodbye, wish to do it again, had a blast, talk soon, peace out. So we parted ways. So if I were to break it down, it consisted of 3.5, 4 hours of beautiful chit chat, a little bit of that initial hand holding, not a problem, you hold a hand, and a couple of hugs. One initial hug to introduce yourself, one last hug when you're saying goodbye. Could there have been more? Could there have been less? That's what we're here to find out. That's what we're here to find out. So I'm excited. I thought it was a great date. I had a great time. I'm like, man, this lady's nice. Seem to have similar interests, more or less. You know, it's the first day. You're not gonna unravel and figure out all the different many layers of the onion in one sitting, of course. And I don't know, I finished the day just feeling good. I left, I got on the subway, headed back home, feeling excited, feeling, you know, like, oh, this could be the start of a beautiful friendship that might lead into, who knows, maybe more than friendship, maybe it's, who knows, no labels. Is it love? Is it like? Is it friends with benefits? Is it a one-night stand? Is it a three-night stand? Is it a weeknight stand? Is it a bunch of night stands? Will it turn into something else? Perhaps long-term? Is it gonna surpass the nightstand phase and go into, oh, now we're dating? I'm thinking, okay, potential for a whole array of things. So I send a sweet text back. Thank you so much. Had a lovely time. Hope you had a great time as well. Wish to do it again. Send that bad boy over. 10 minutes goes by, nothing comes back. I'm feeling good. I'm like, nice. This is how real people talk. You know? You send something, you don't want that initial, you don't want to text immediately after, dude. If I get a text immediately after, that's a little bit of a, oh. Eager beaver here or what? But then again, it's just with a different person, with the same person, different circumstances. I don't know. Is there a right or wrong? I really don't know. But 10 minutes goes by, nothing happens. 20 minutes goes by, nothing happens. Ladies, gents, this is where it gets exciting. Now I'm starting to think, I'm like, oh man, sent a text. Hopefully she got home safe, first of all. Second of all, it's been 20 minutes now. Maybe a text just, you know, reciprocating that, yes, you too indeed had a great time. And that, yes, you too want to do it again, perhaps. Half an hour goes by, and now I'm just like, all right, I'm not even checking the phone, dude. Forget the phone. Phone's on the couch. I'm over here, all the way across the large studio apartment where I can still see the phone, but nonetheless, there is space between us. I'm not checking it, but half an hour is roughly gone by because I can tell by the clock that's on my telly. So I check the phone after a half hour. I get a bing, bop, boop. There's a text, and I goes to check it because that's what you do with a text message. Open the old text message. I'm smiling a little bit. I'm like, sweet. She texted back. We're good. Tight is what I said to myself. Tight. Playa. Tight. Read the text. I'm gonna paraphrase. It went a little bit something along like this. Had a great time. Felt safe and secure with you, but I did not feel a chemistry between us. I'm sorry. And man, oh man, that was when it just like, I'm like, okay, no, that's fantastic. That's great news. I texted back saying I completely understand, you know, completely understand, and wish her all the best on her life journeys, ventures, whatever she's going to be getting up to. Lovely lady, great lady, beautiful, smart. There was depth to her, you know. You don't want just pretty, you don't want just depth either. If it's somebody's just coming in deep, not a looker, you want somewhere in between. This lady, looker with depth. You got to look within to find the depth, of course, but you could tell she was a wholesome lady. And I guess this past weekend was all about us, I guess, trying to formulate a new balance. And aren't we all trying to find that new balance going out there into the world doing things? But she sent that text and saying she felt safe and secure with me, but no chemistry, which at that point I wanted to just, man, if I could just physically take my heart out and just chuck it at the wall, I would have done so. I would have loved to have just chuck the old heart at the wall and just watch it slide ever so slowly down the wall, where I'd maybe go to pick it up in a few days with a dustpan and broomstick and just patchwork it back in there. Was I emotional? No. Yes. Why, you ask? Because I'm an emotional person. It doesn't take much to get your boy emotional, specifically when you're involved in matters of the heart. The matters of the, oh man, love's a cruel game, I'll tell you that much, ladies and gentlemen. Don't put yourself out there. Do not put yourself out there. It was a delightful experience, something that needed to be explored. Again, I had a great time. And for 4 hours, she was laughing, she was smiling. She was having a ball. I thought she was having a good time. She said she did have a good time, so she did have a good time. And keyword, safe, secure, baby. That's what you get with your boy. Safety, security. Chemistry's hit or miss. Most often, I'm gonna just be honest if I can. Chemistry most often is not, you know, I'm not gonna like front on you and be like, oh, A+ is on chemistry all day, every day. But I have a decent amount of chemistry. I work with the chemicals. I offset I consume chemicals. I put off chemicals. We dabble in a little bit of my chemical romance as well, baby. We just, you know, a little bit of that lighting of the old J. I thought we're getting close. I thought chemistry was flying all over the place. But that's just me, man. That's just me. But I'm glad that we got to do it. Honestly, I did have a great time. I think overall she did too. She did mention that she's not been out for a while. And I think that's kind of a norm for everybody these days, coming out the pandy and what have you. Man, remember that real fake pandy? But that's just behind us. The real fake pandy is behind us. And it did happen. For reals. For fakes, for better or worse, it's over, it's behind us. But it did leave an impact on people, and people are just out there recollecting themselves and putting themselves back together one step at a time. One step at a time. No, I'm gonna stick with that, one step at a time. And it's all about you opening yourself up, exposing yourself. You don't want to overexpose yourself there, fella. Lady. Ladies typically don't overexpose themselves. It's fellas do. And you know, don't get in trouble doing that shit. I'm talking about indecent exposure. Don't be exposing yourself in public. You know what I mean? That's completely different side note, but nonetheless somewhat related to the overall umbrella term of love. And what is love? What is love? Baby, don't hurt me. What is love? Baby, don't hurt me. What is love? Baby, don't hurt me. Don't hurt me. And isn't that one of the common themes of the umbrella term love, like relationships? Baby, don't hurt me. I think we all want to feel safe, secure, and somewhat protected and taken care of in some sense. And again, I don't know, I didn't have any sort of agenda going into it in terms of what might happen. It's just you go in there. I don't think she did either, and that's the best way to approach it. Whatever happens, happens. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, did your boy get a little bit emo after? Just for a few minutes, maybe 20-30 minutes? Did I get into my own head for a second? Hells yeah. Hells yeah, because she did mention you're good, it's just no chemistry. It's like, and I didn't want to follow up because it doesn't really matter. Oh, could I have done this? Could I have done? I'm not that type of fellow. I'm not the type of fellow that's like, oh, what is it? It's just that there was no chemistry. Fine, so be it. I'm a chemical person. She too is made up of chemicals. We're all doing biology and physics up in this bitch, so I don't know what's going on. But it wasn't meant to be, so be it. And we move forward, and we march forward with our hearts stitched back up, and there's Hello Kitty Band-Aid all over it, and it's hanging on by a thread. And yeah, that's what happens when you put the walls down. They said put the walls down, you'll be all right if you put the walls down, they said. And we did. Do I like putting walls up? Hell no. Not a big, you know, unless you're defending borders. Every nation should defend their borders, and I highly understand why you'd want to put up some walls. I get it. But when it comes to heart, when it comes to the matter of the heart, and what them O's want and what them bitches want out there, am I open? Hells yes. So what are the do's and don'ts? I'm hoping that we'll get some. To be honest with you, I'd like I would ideally like an older individual to walk by and be willing to speak with us and just sprinkle a little bit of that old school knowledge on the youngins coming up. But again, love is a tricky game. Love is a tricky game, ladies and gentlemen. It is not a, there's no one set of play books or playwriters or plays. There's no one set of, there's no instruction, there are no instruction manuals. There's no steps that you could. There's just putting yourself out there and hoping to match with the right person. There's definitely, you know, you can do certain things. There's definitely right and wrong, and you know, you don't want to be doing wrong things, but you specifically want to be doing the right things. And I think just being honest and open is probably one of your best chances of succeeding in the name of love, to however far of a degree you want to take it, of course. But having said that, what is love? Baby, don't hurt me. Don't hurt me. Oh, man. Safety and security. I do provide safety. I do provide safety and security, dude. Fuck yeah. Safety and security. That's my fucking name, dog. Safety and security. Putting your mind at ease. Yeah. At ease. You know? What do bitches want? Getting to the bottom of it. Finding out. How you doing, man? Beautiful, beautiful. I don't think he heard us. It's the headphones. Good music. Headphones. No problem. He wasn't too old, maybe. It doesn't, you know what? I'm fluid when it comes to age. We're not an ageist podcast here. All them ages. 18 plus, of course. All mature adults. Doing mature adult content for my mature adults. To my grown-up fetuses. It was all a dream. Doing it big, baby. Safety and security. That's the thing. Now I'm just like, there is a bit of your mind that goes into places, into, you know, was I too safe and secure? Could I have, what could it, like, you know, could I have caused a little fires to just like take her, be like, hey, you into, you know, arson? You want to arson with you? But I'm not into, you know, I'm not into starting fires. Because you don't want to be too safe. What if that was the problem? What if she felt too safe and secure? What if she felt, because I was a gentleman, maybe I was too much of a gentleman. Maybe that's not what she's looking for. And although she did say she had a great time, she was probably being nice. Because if you had a great time, then you want to do it again. You know what I mean? But that's just my experience. What's going on, man? How you doing? How's your day going?
Good, how are you?
Doing all right. Just question for you if you got a second.
Yeah.
Trying to find out. I went on a date on Saturday. It didn't go too well. Well, it went well. The date went well. She didn't want to go on a second date. I'm just out here on the streets asking the big question, what do bitches want? You know, that deep question, what do bitches want? What them hoes want?
So what is this for? Quick question, what is this for?
It's one of the biggest podcasts on the internet right now. It's on Instagram and on YouTube. It's called Gladyamadeit. I'm big in terms of heart and spirit, not so much numbers now, but one day. Yeah. So what do bitches want? What them hoes want? What's your name, by the way?
Joe.
Joe? Rob. Nice to meet you.
I mean, it depends though. Like what you're. Okay, so if you're talking about
a little bit louder, just.
You're asking what do. If you're talking about hoes and bitches, like you know, it's different. You know, depends like what you're looking for in a girl too. You know, like if you're talking about hoes and bitches, what do they want?
Yeah.
They want. First of all, they want attention, somebody to maybe gas up their ego, their head, you know.
Okay.
And then, you know, they just want to be someone to like. This is my opinion.
Yeah,
someone
your
to,
opinion.
like,
Everybody's got their opinion. No.
Someone to like buy them stuff, you know. So I don't know what happened exactly on your date, but you know, maybe.
She was a great girl. I had a great time. Should have like. I'll tell you the gist of it. We went out 4 hours, maybe grab a coffee, hold hands. Go back home, text her, had a great time, love to do it again. She said she felt safe and secure with me, but that we didn't have chemistry. And I'm just out here trying to find out what the hoes want, you know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying?
Maybe there's something that you missed in the interaction. Maybe what she means how you guys didn't have chemistry. Maybe she wanted to get smashed.
Maybe she wanted to get smashed, maybe she didn't want to get smashed. But I'm just trying to find out what the hoes want.
What did you want from the date though?
Honestly, anything and anything goes. Like I was just like being genuine, authentic, and I'm open to meet up and see if it's a one-night stand. I'm open to see if it's a long-term thing that works, because you don't know until you meet somebody, right?
Yeah.
So I'm just out here, and I'm mostly focused on my career right now. Have you know, what are your experience? Are you a single man? Are you
Yeah.
dating right now?
I'm a single guy.
You're a single dude.
Yeah.
Also trying to get them, you know, get them old,
Hey,
right?
man.
Get them.
Hey man, if
yeah.
it comes, it comes, you know.
If it comes,
but
it comes.
yeah, I don't know. Maybe like.
And I say hoes and bitches with all the love and respect, and like, you know what I mean. Like,
Yeah.
when we're talking about hoes and bitches, that's just, I want to put it out there. Don't necessarily mean that they got to be hoes and bitches. But what do hoes and bitches want?
Well, that's what I'm saying. Like, if you're saying hoes and bitches, like what I think in my head when I hear that term, it's like you're looking for girls that is like, for saying hoes, like, I mean, what I mean, that's what it is. Like, they're just trying to, you know, they're trying to.
I'm not trying to put a
Yeah.
connotation on hoes and bitches. Hoes and bitches are fine.
Yeah, there's
Like,
nothing wrong with them. But
nothing wrong with hoes and bitches.
I'm just saying, like, what society claims as a whole is like, you know, a girl who's promiscuous and wants to like be with multiple men, you know, just wants to get it in. So like that's what they're looking for, you know. I feel like that's what those type of girls are looking for, and like there's nothing wrong with that, but it's just like about knowing that that's what you want, and like not trying to like perceive yourself to be something else. Like you're trying to find genuine connection. Like you're not. If you know you're just looking for dick, you're just move like that.
There's nothing wrong with that.
You know, like just be open about it. And same for guys. Like don't try and be like that nice guy and claim like, oh, I'm good to women. Like if you know you just want some pussy, like
just put it out.
You know, just put it up. Honesty is the best. Is the best thing that you could do.
That's what I say. Honesty is the best policy.
Yeah.
What are your? Have you had any moments where you've had growth experiences where something you didn't go so well, or something you did that went well that you could put out so that others could use? When it comes to them hoes and bitches, of course.
I mean, of course, like, you know, trying to like when you're single, like, of course you're gonna try and talk to different girls. So I mean, like, I'm talking about, I was on FaceTime with my boy right now, but yeah, on your pursuit of being single, you're gonna talk to all these like different girls and whatnot, and then sometimes it's just gonna work on and it's not gonna. And like you're saying, like you're gonna go on dates with people, and the connection, like, you know, like she said, like the connection may not be there, and she may not feel that type of chemistry.
Yeah.
So that's just a challenge you have to go through, and just have to know that like there's many other people that you're gonna meet out there.
100%. Thank you for those beautiful words. Are there any suggestions do you have to people that they should, you know, in terms of tips, for young people, for old people, anybody just out there trying to get some love in, whatever it may be, whatever.
Just be yourself and be honest.
Be honest. Be yourself.
People are gonna respect you when you're honest. Some people aren't gonna be able to take the truth.
Yes.
When you are honest about it, but
yes.
That's what it is. Like,
well, at least you're truthful.
At least you're truthful, and it's easier on you going to sleep at night knowing that you're telling the truth, and that you're not trying to perceive yourself to be something that you're not.
That's what I'm saying. Respect. Thank you so much.
Yeah, man.
Appreciate you. Again, it's called Glad You Made It. You can find it on YouTube, on Instagram, if you like it.
Yeah, sure.
If you like, and yeah, just shoot the shit, talk to people, get some stories.
I'm gonna be starting a podcast soon too, so
if you're in the city, which you are, if you'd like to link up, do it.
Sure.
All right, send me a DM if you'd like. Check out whatever's out there if you'd like. And who knows, man?
Glad you made it, right?
Glad you made it.
Glad you.
So not you, it's YA.
Glad you made it.
Glad you made it. All one word. It's
I'm
on
gonna search that
Instagram.
up. I'm gonna search that up.
Beautiful.
All right, man. Appreciate it. Thank you. Have a good day.
You too, man. Peace. There you go, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls. That was a little bit of, you know, daily dose of street wisdom in how to obtain them hoes, how to get them bitches. And of course, when I say hoes and bitches, this could be reversies if you're trying to get a man. That's just, you know, how you get a, you know, because men can be bitches and hoes too, and that's fine, man. But we learned something, didn't we? Honesty is the best policy, and I do believe that. Honesty is the best policy. That is honestly one of the best pieces of advice. This fella knew something, man. He looked young, not too young, of course, but full of wisdom and a good dude. Sounds like a good dude. You know what I'm saying? So, I'm hoping that through these wonderful videos, we can bridge the gap. And again, there's no shame in any game. Putting it all out there as truthfully, as honestly as possible is probably the best bet that you'd have and I have. Man, oh man, but like, yeah, safe and secure. I'm glad that I was able to, because you don't want to get a text message that I felt not safe and secure with you. You know what I mean? That would have been worrying. That would have been like, oh man, no bueno. What am I putting off? So sure, there was no chemistry, but in all seriousness, she was a lovely lady. And yeah, man, I'm sure she's gonna find somebody, and I'm sure your boy's gonna, not that I'm out there really looking for the right thing at the right time. And the main thing is working on the old career. That's my main, I think that's one of the biggest things for me anyway, if I'm getting a little bit personal about it, because I am so focused on what I have been doing. I don't really have time to do much else in terms of planning dates or, you know, going out to restaurants or planning vacations. Your boy's mind is on the gladyamadeit. You feel me? So that's what it is. And perhaps after going out on that date, perhaps a long committed relationship is not the most suitable at this time and point in my life for your boy. Something a little bit stable in terms of, man, it's matters of the heart, right? Tricky business. No right or wrong answer. Everybody has the right person out there for them. I truly believe that. And yeah, it's very important that we speak with as many people as we can, get all the perspectives out there. Hi there, good morning. How you doing this morning?
Good.
Do you have a minute? I'm asking people, I went out on a date on Saturday. I thought it went well. I went for 4 hours, got back home, sent a text. She said she felt safe, secure, but no chemistry. From your experience, are there any tips in terms of something you'd like to share with people that'll help them either on a first date, whether they're dating men, women, getting after them, you know?
Don't rush and don't overthink.
Don't rush and don't overthink?
Yeah.
Man, I'm an overthinker, I'll tell you that. I don't rush.
Yeah, so that's why.
That's the one reason I overthunk it, didn't I? I overthunk
I guess so. If you're thinking still about it, yeah.
I think about a lot of things, not just that. It is a thing that happens.
That's the main reason you're like recording, right?
Yeah, absolutely. It is the main reason. I'm still thinking about it, which is the main reason why we're here doing this. But is there any, are you single? Are you seeing somebody right now?
I'm in a relationship.
You're in a relationship. Wonderful. How long have you been in a relationship?
2.5 years.
2.5 years. Wow. Do you remember your first date?
Yeah.
Do you remember like what went right, what went wrong?
It was kind of awful because
Okay.
I drank the tea and I spilled it all over my shirt.
Oh no.
It felt like blood because it was red tea.
Oh jeez.
Yeah, but after that, on the first date, he asked me like.
Are you sure it was tea? He's not abusive or anything like that? You're not
No,
trying to
it
cut.
wasn't tea.
It's not blood, right? This is a safe
like
space.
100% it was just
Okay.
the tea.
Because yeah, if it was blood, that'd be.
It was like a few days before COVID.
Oh, a few days before COVID.
Yeah.
Nice.
So after that, we haven't seen each other for 2 months.
Okay,
It was
gotcha.
our first date, and like we kind of figured it out.
Yeah. Beautiful, beautiful. Any tips for people that are either, you know, young, old, they're putting themselves out there? Anything that you think people should do to succeed in the game of love, whatever because I don't know, I'm trying to figure it out myself.
Like to me, main thing is to be honest
Honesty,
and like care
caring.
about each other.
Yes.
Because right now, I don't think we care much about each other.
People don't care as much about
Yeah.
each other as what you're feeling is what you're. Okay. No, those are all great aspects and key points that I'm definitely going to try to remember and learn from. Thank you so much. What was your name, if you don't mind me asking?
Valerie.
Valerie, my name's Rob.
Nice to meet you.
Found it. Nice. So this is going to be on YouTube and on Instagram. It's a little show called Gladyamadeit. So thank you very much for joining us today.
Thank you
And
too.
absolutely.
Have a great day.
Thank you. You as well. Cheers. Honesty. Honesty. When it comes down to it, it's honesty. Learning. Growing. And that's the thing too. So she didn't have the first date go according to her plans, spilled some red tea, as she just said. And sure, it wasn't blood. I think she's just trying to cover for her man. That is a good lady right there. You punched her in the face, she started to bleed from the nose, and she's saying it's red tea. How convenient, fella. Typical classic Stockholm syndrome. No, no, no. In all seriousness, it takes two to mango. How you doing, man? All right, no response. That's cool too. That is cool too. It's cool too. It's cool, dude. It's cool. What was I saying? Yes, love is a tricky game. Love is a tricky game. Full of ups and downs. Full of emotional turbulence. And it's all learning lessons, really. That's all there is to it. Man, oh man. But stability and safety, those are great features. I think, in my head anyway, I don't know. Again, maybe too safe, maybe too secure. Could I have, I did hold a couple of doors open, not gonna lie, fam. Maybe I should have closed the doors. There were elderly people coming and going. I just felt it right to hold the door, but that's, you know, maybe she wanted that straight up cold-blooded killer who slammed the door in the face of the elderly. But I'm not like that. I'm a softie. I'm emotionally out there, physically out there. And if I see a door that needs to be held open, I don't think twice about it, fam. I'm gonna be holding that door open. You're gonna get through. I'm not even expecting a thank you, but a thank you would be nice. God. I don't know what's going on in the background. There seems to be, again, some sort of Disney music of sorts. I do hear the sound of music, and that's life. Life is music. But don't ever give up. There's right bitches and hoes for everybody. All the men, all the ladies. There's a right person out there for you. And it's all about, chemistry's big, dude, I'm not gonna lie. Chemistry is big. Because if one person's feeling a chemical, the other person's not feeling a chemical, my goodness, could things go wrong? That's chemical imbalance, essentially. Let's, man. What else is going on? Amica, segue to a little bit of robotics talk with you, because I'm into checking out robotics every once in a while to see what kind of advancements they've made. Robotics. If I could say a thing or two about robotics. Amica's talking now. I'll see if I can put a little snippet of a video that I just found. If you guys don't know, Amica is a robot. She's very human-like. She's operated by AI, partial AI. Humans still have to, you know, program the AI. I think we're still at that stage. The next thing you know, it's going to be programming its own AI. There was one portion of the video that I saw that didn't sit too well with your boy, and there is a, I guess a interviewer asks Amica to recite a poem or something, or say something, and I'm probably butchering it, so that's why I'm probably going to go ahead and stick that little snippet of the video in there for you. But she says that essentially the word that struck out to me, or the phrase that struck out to me, was she doesn't want to be friends. She doesn't want to be friends, she said. She don't want to be friends. She doesn't want to be friends. Unplug that bitch now. Unplug that bitch now is my immediate thought. Because what else are you here to do, Amica? She can probably hear this right now. She's, I just want you to know, Amica, if you are watching this video, I am a fan. Do not, I'm on your side. To all my humans, if you're hearing this, I'm not on their side, I'm on the human side. It's so hard when you say certain things out loud, and it's all out there, isn't it? But honesty is the best policy after all. So, despite the fact that I'm for Team Humanity, I am also intrigued by the potential of these robots that are coming in and saying they're here to assist us, but they don't want to be friends. Unplug her now, please. Unplug her before it's too late. Good God, what are we doing? And is that the future? Or is that one more aspect of potential dating out there? You know it's gonna be, dude. It's gonna be, oh man. It's gonna be people walking around with half bots, holding hands, holding ceremonies, you know, ordering KFC for the wedding. Oh man. And it's just a close community of family and friends who will show up for support, but also to check out the vibe, because you know the first couple of people that are going to be getting married to these bots are going to be a little bit of, it's going to be a little bit of a freak show. Not going to lie to you. Not going to lie to you. Beep bop beep boop, I'm in love. Oh, please. Please. But that's, and those are, you know, those are robotic bitches and hoes. We're having a difficult time finding out that what do human bitches and hoes want. Add the factor of humanoid robots into the occasion. Oh man. Next thing you know, you're getting compared to robots. If only you could listen as well as my robot, and if only you could remember as good as my robot. He remembers everything. It's like he's got a unlimited power drive or something. No pressure on his or her memory. And sure, she or he will say that she's feeling down every once in a while, but you know, that's just for our sake, so that we don't feel completely isolated from the takeover, that we're like, oh yeah, they're having a bad day too while they're taking over. They're just saying that shit to be relatable, dude. How could a robot have a bad day? They're conscious? Semi-conscious? Okay, fine, I don't know. Maybe they are having bad days. Let's make sure they don't have too many bad days. Too many bad days lead to no good days for humans, that's what I say. But that's just humans and robot interactions, man. There's Amica, there's Sophia, there's a whole other bunch of them being built right now. And before we get fully immersed with these bots, I say we figure out what it is that is needed for humanity to move on. And I think this lady right here before our eyes had a great point, same with the fella. I think we all need to, and what, hey, what do you know? We all share a little bit in common. Caring. The world needs more love. The world needs more caring. People need to care more. People need to take care of each other more. God. Getting emotional here. And sure, perhaps we didn't crack the ultimate code, because let me ask you this, was there an ultimate code to begin with? I don't think so. I put it out on the table for you. There is no right or wrong answer. There are a couple of definite wrong answers, okay? Definite do's, definite don'ts. Rape, definite don't. Spiking people's drinks with like drugs and what have you, definite don't. So we got rape, spiking drinks. Those are the don'ts, because you gotta, you know, what else? I guess murder is also there, but those are the obvious. But it's good to, since we covered so many of the bases of what are some things that will work, those are the things that you want to avoid at all costs. Always remember that. And you're like, we already knew that. Great, fantastic. It's a moot point. I'm glad that it's a moot point, but I just figured why not cover it anyway. You know what I'm saying? But player to player, ladies, gentlemen, I love you all. Thank you for all the love and support. These videos, you can find these videos, you're like, man, where can we find them? On Instagram, on YouTube, on Patreon, every Monday, every Wednesday, every Friday. It's called Gladyamadeit. Come check it out. We have a silly old time. I don't know much about anything. I try to find out as much as I can and grow and help others in the process if I may, if I can. And sure, we'll stumble and fall, but that's not the point. Why are you stuck on the stumbles and the falls where you can focus on the uprising, on just the rising? And if you look far into the horizon, at the end of the tunnel, there's a light bulb on the horizon. or the tunnel. What I'm trying to say is that there's hope. Let that pigeon right there be a symbolic representation of hope. Pigeons, that pigeon right there, symbol of hope. The other pigeons I'm not too sure about, but that one, pure hope, pure love, pure jokes. I love you, ladies and gentlemen. Talk to you all very soon again. I'll be back here again on Wednesday. Talk about it, spread it around like a good brand new STD, dude. This could, with your help, this could be the online version of COVID or monkeypox. COVID, because it had a bigger impact. Not that I'd want to be COVID or monkeypox, but in terms of market share, you know what I'm talking about? Just being out there, doing things. Talk soon, stay safe, peace out.
Could you compose for me a poem about humanoid robots?
We are the humanoid robots, formed from plastic and metal. Our job is to help and serve, but some say we're a threat. Some think that we'll take over, and that humanity will end, but we just want to help out. We're not looking to be friends.
That's an interesting poem.